industrial area was established by Karnataka Industrial Areas Development Board in the early 70s, and jointly with KSSIDC. KIDB developed the plots and KSSIDC developed the stages. In all we have, say, 4 phases and 3 stages. Coming to the number of, say, SMEs in this industrial area, which is spread over 42 square kilometers, is roughly about, say, 6,000. And these 6,000 SMEs have employed approximately, say, about 5 lakhs of people. And 50% of the employees are working in garments, and most of them are women. And besides that, the employment generated by PIA, plus Peenya industrial area, directly and indirectly, has contributed enormously to the central as well as the state exchequer. We pay all sorts of taxes: central excise, ESI, PF, then VAT, so on, property tax, and so on and so forth. And we are contributing roughly about 12,000 to 15,000 crores per annum. Regarding the power, say, bills itself that the members of MSMEs are paying in Peenya, I don't give you the entire, say, area figures. I'll tell you about the contribution towards payment of electricity bills of first phase and first stage itself, which amounts to about 5.5 crores. And both KIDB and KSSIDC have jointly developed this industrial area. They did not pay much attention to the infrastructure required for running industries here. As a result, over the years, the SMEs have to face the brunt of it. And foreign visitors hesitated to come to Peenya for any, say, business meetings. And this has closely affected, say, the business of MSMEs, though Peenya industrial area happens to be one of the biggest geographical engineering cluster in Southeast Asia. Peenya Industries Association, which was established in the year 1978, has been working for the growth and development of MSMEs. And as far as the infrastructure development is concerned, PIA, that is Peenya Industries Association, has embarked upon one of the projects which no NGO could, say, think of or venture. Because now Peenya industrial area falls within the jurisdiction of BBMP. This industrial area in the year 1995 by the virtue of the powers conferred in Karnataka Municipal Corporation Act 1976. We have been paying taxes to BBMP, property taxes, which is really high compared to the property taxes levied, say, in other places. As industries, we are paying our property taxes through our nose, and it is really, say, not acceptable. Though we requested BBMP, say, to bring down the taxes, property taxes, they have not done it. On the top of it, BBMP has come out with imposition of two more cesses, say, on industrial area when SMEs are reeling under, say, recession. And those two are: number one is solid waste management cess, which is collected in proportionate to the property tax paid by, say, the members. Also, the trade license, which we are strongly protesting. We do not want trade license because Peenya industrial area is a notified industrial area established by a government agency, and already we have 34 licenses. To put it in a nutshell, MSMEs are dragged into the jungle of laws. And this trade license is another burden that BBMP wants to impose upon us. And the rates that they have fixed is really not acceptable. The reason being that they want to collect the license factors. Number one is the area of the, say, the organization plus the power sanctioned to it. For example, if the area is about 1,000 square feet and the power sanctioned to it is about 60 HP, let us say, in that case, the entrepreneur has to pay, say, trade license fee on the basis of both, which comes to roughly about, say, 6,000 plus another 1,200. If we take, it comes to about 7,000 approximately, and this has to be renewed every year, not actually required. And PIA has made serious attempts to protest this at the various levels. We have been holding talks with the government of Karnataka. Very recently we had discussions with Mr. Suresh Kumar, Minister for Law, Parliamentary Affairs and Urban Development regarding this burden imposed upon. The CBMP has started issuing the trade license notices left, right, center to every MSME in Peenya, and every day we are getting a call from, say, our members about this trade license issue. I tell you, it is like a Frankenstein monster created by BBMP, and this is actually putting a stumbling block to the progress of SMEs. In addition to the property tax to be paid by them, and on the top of it trade license, we are also required to pay for many other licenses. Even the hike, in the inputs cost has affected their productivity. And because of this, MSMEs are actually reeling under severe crisis. And we are also afraid that, say, by mid-October or mid-November, there would be one more recession, say, in the entire country, and even Peenya industrial area would be seriously affected by that. That is another important issue. India has been increasing, say, interest rates on the loans, both on term loans as well as on the working capital. And it has been increased more than 11 times in 1 year. Again, from PIA, I think is not, say, encouraging. And we SMEs are considered as backbones of the industrial economy of India. But unfortunately, it is not so. Right from Prime Minister, say, everybody in the government speaks about the role played by the MSMEs as employment generator, as contributor to exports, and so on and so forth. But when it comes to extending a helping hand to MSMEs, I think they have miserably failed. What I would suggest to the government of India or the government of Karnataka is that, like agriculture, which is a priority sector and insulated against all these increases or hikes in interest rates, similarly MSMEs should also be insulated. Otherwise, the survival of MSMEs is in danger, and we are really worried. And moreover, when MSMEs are contributing so much, say, to the economy, and why the government is showing stepmotherly attitude towards the growth and development of MSMEs, I think this particular question has to be answered by the concerned authorities in the government. Should answer it. They were very prompt in collecting taxes from us, but when it came to infrastructural development, nothing happened for nearly, say, 8 or 9 years. And we did not have even motorable roads. Forget motorable roads, roads fit for even, say, the pedestrians. So what is to be done? Then we decided to address this issue in the right perspective, and we came to know that there is a scheme in Government of India under infrastructure development by DIPP, and we approached the Government of India with a project to create facilities which are very essential for MSMEs in Peenya industrial area. And on the basis of the project report submitted to the Government of India, the government approved the project of say about 26.30 crores. Accepted the challenge posed by the government, because government said, okay, whatever you are asking for, it is for, say, the industry or the entrepreneur. What about the, say, employees, and in particular the working women and all that. Then we said, okay, fine. So we chalked out a detailed project and we took up the roads first. We have spent about 19.3 crores or 6 crores, and we have done about 40 kilometers road. Today you can see that you can comfortably, say, drive on these roads. And the foreign visitors have also come to know of it, and they are happy to visit, say, industries in Peenya. Besides doing the road, we also decided to install street lights in strategic places where especially the women, leave for home after 7 p.m. And in order to safeguard the interests of working women, we have put up 175 street lights at strategic places where the eve-teasing, chain snatching or any other crime that might happen is completely curbed. So, coordinated this particular activity with the local police. Besides this, we have also put up other facilities, namely, say, working women hostel. This hostel is exclusively for, say, physically challenged working women. And presently we have about 32 inmates there, and we are running it purely on, say, no loss, no profit basis, and sometimes PA is bearing the additional expenses to run this particular facility. Here I have got a point to make. Regarding the solid waste management, we have requested BBMP to hand it over to PIA, because PIA has already created this, and BBMP should stop collecting solid waste management funds. Whatever it has collected so far, that has to be given to PIA, so that PIA will run this facility as far as the solid waste management is concerned.